Many people think Ottawa is a city fun for God, that's just corporate and full of politics. But there's actually a little fairy in Ottawa, spreading its magic about and telling tales about how queer Ottawa is. Now, a particular person will join Morgan Mercury on this fantastical journey.
Howdy!
Hello.
You here for the Queer History Walking Tour?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so glad you found me. I'm Morgan Mercury. I'm going to be your guide for our Queer History of Ottawa Walking Tour today.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah! Let's go!
We're going to be heading over to our first stop at Dundonald Park. So to start our tour, we are on the unceded, unsurrendered territory of the Anishinaabe Algonquin people, known right now as Ottawa, Ontario. People have lived on this land for a long, long, long time, including lots and lots of queer people who we're going to be talking about here today. After we found out there are spies in the public service, the government was like, we got to figure out who these spies are. And one way they did that was that they tried to figure out people that had what they called moral defects. So there was a couple different things that they tried to do this. One was a machine that they invested in called the fruit machine.
The fruit machine!
The fruit machine! So we are here at Bank in Gilmore in front of the We Demand Rally mural. This rally, as mentioned, was the first of its kind in the 70s. It was 2 years after the decriminalization of homosexuality here in Canada. So it had only been a couple of years where being gay in Canada was actually legal. So there was still a lot of discriminatory policies in place. So these folks, which were groups from Ottawa, from Montreal, from Toronto, from Vancouver, all came to Parliament Hill and had 10 demands for the Canadian government. Right, so we are now in what was the heart of Ottawa's gay village in the 60s into the early 2000s. And we're in front of what used to be the Centretown pub, which was a gay bar that opened in 1986 and was one of many gay bars in the neighborhood. A lot of the businesses shut down for various reasons. A lot of gay people moved out of Centretown into the suburbs when laws were a little bit more relaxed and allowing people to kind of live as their authentic selves. Now, Charlotte Whitten was the first female mayor of Ottawa. She was Ottawa's mayor from 1951 to 1956. She lived with a female roommate for over 20 years here in Ottawa named Margaret Rose Greer. Now, we can't say officially that they were engaged in a romantic relationship, but we do know they had many nicknames for each other. And they also wrote poetry to each other. So there's a bunch of poetry that was released about 20 years after Charlotte's death. We end our tours with a little discussion with a couple of different questions. So what did you learn on our tour today? Anything that you thought was super interesting, or any story that kind of you're going to take with you as you leave today?
It was definitely really fun to walk around, see the different places, see the different locations where stuff has happened in the past, and like stuff the city's put up to represent that. It's been nice to learn about these things that I've just walked past before. I'm so glad that Morgan was able to take time out of their day to slot me in and just give me a little personal tour.
On the next tour, will you join Morgan Mercury on their adventure around Ottawa?